Welcome to Warright, where we're alright. Today we're going to be covering the End Remastered Ender Eyes and where to find them. For this information, we shall be using the End Remastered wiki to find the eyes. The information in the wiki is accurate, at least as of Big Chad Guys plus 1.1.11, and the spawn locations of the eyes are unchanged, although some of them have a few additional spawn locations. I shall present this list from easiest to hardest to find, based on my personal experience, so as to help you reach the end as soon as possible, but still allowing to help completionists that want to catch them all. Starting off, the easiest eye is obviously the Evil Eye, which you do get for free for completing the previous quest. There's more of them in the quest book. But onto our first real eye, the Cold Eye. Despite the description telling us about isolages and their cabins being a searchable place in the Explorer's Compass, they do not exist within this mod pack, at least as far as I've been able to discern. To find this eye, we must search for the vanilla Minecraft igloo using our compass, upending their carpet on arrival and hoping to find their secret basement below. In the chest that hopefully spawns, and ignoring the dangerous experiments going on, you will hopefully find the Cold Eye. This eye has a 70% chance of spawning in this chest, so you shouldn't need to search more than 1 or 2 igloos before finding success, making this one of the easiest eyes to procure. Our next eye is the Rogue Eye. These can be found in jungle pyramids. In jungle pyramids, there are 2 chests to check, and the Rogue Eye has a 40% chance of spawning in each of them. So you have roughly a 64% chance of finding the eye per temple. For me personally, it took me 2 temples of searching to find it. Next up, we have the Nether Eye. These can be found in nether fortresses, and due to the chest spawn rate and how easy it is to find the fortress, it comes in at our number 3 spot. Well, that, and you'll need to come here anyway for blaze rods, and to collect wither skulls, which I highly recommend as it is a requirement for one of the eyes later on, as well as crucial for later steps in advancing your game. The Nether Eye has a 30% chance of spawning in each chest that you search. Eye number 4, the Lost Eye. These buggers can be found in mineshaft chests, and thanks to Big Chad Guys Plus, you can use your compass to point to different shafts across biomes, giving you plenty of opportunities to find them. They have a 20% chance of spawning per chest, so hopefully it shouldn't take you too long and you can find a few mithril drill upgrades along the way. Number 5, the Old Eye. This eye can be found in desert pyramids, each chest within having a 10% chance of holding a lost eye. Once again, from personal experience, I only had to search 2 pyramids until I found what I needed. As each pyramid comes with 4 chests, you have about a 30% chance of finding at least 1 eyeball on the first try. Number 6, the Witch's Eye. This eye needs to be crafted using a witch's eyeball and a regular ender eye. For this, we'll need to find witches. We could of course hope for one to spawn, or even use the compass to find a hut, but they only have a 10% chance of dropping, so we need to find a different method to do this. Fortunately, thanks to Big Chad Guys, we have another method. Looking into our quest book, once more, we can see an icon for a witch's eyeball, and selecting it tells us to go to the Old Manor structure. Using our compass to find one, and heading there, we discover all the witches are just hanging out having a summer bash. Procure your eyeballs via your preferred weapon of choice, head back home to your crafting table, and make yourself a witch eye. Number 7, the Corrupted Eye. These eyes are found at pillager outposts. I was fortunate enough to find one accidentally while hunting for the Cold Eye, so keep an eye out while travelling to all these other places for the outpost. Hopefully, if you are flying, you can just pop into the top of the outpost and loot the chest, and it has a roughly 30% chance of the eye spawning within, and you fly away before having to deal with all the pesky illagers. Number 8, the Black Eye. No, this doesn't require you to get into a punch-out. It's about finding the pirate treasure. Specifically, the Black Pearl's treasure. For this, we need to find abandoned shipwrecks and get treasure maps. Hunt for said treasure, and there's a 30% chance of finding the Black Eye per treasure chest. I was lucky enough to find it first try, but I would recommend finding a second treasure because you'll be needing 2 Hearts of the Sea for our next eye. The Exotic Eye. Coming in at number 9, and as our second craftable eye on this list, the Exotic Eye might be more difficult to acquire depending on where you're up to in the game. This is due to the requirement of having a Silk Touch pickaxe to mine fully grown coral. For this recipe, it is required for us to get 1 bubble coral, 2 conduits, 1 fire coral, 2 glowing sacks, 1 horn coral, 1 tube coral, and of course an Eye of Ender. The best place to find these corals is at the Ocean Towers, which may have the added bonus of having a waystone on top, which will be very helpful for later eyeballs. But after collecting your coral and using the hearts of the sea we found in our previous eye to make conduits, we can craft ourselves the exotic eye. If you've followed this guide so far, this next eye should be rather easy. Eye number 10, the Wither Eye. This eye is acquired as a drop from killing the Wither. Using the Wither skulls we collected earlier from the Nether Eye, summon our good friend Withers and send him back to whence he came. Using the magical weapons provided from the mod pack, this should be short work. And thankfully the eyes are an almost guaranteed drop as they have a 90% drop rate twice. I was lucky enough to get both, so now I have a fine eyeball collection to take home with me. The Nether Star we get, as well as the beacon, will be essential for our late game builds, so I recommend getting this eye as one of your 11 no matter what. Eye number 11, and our final eye for those that just want to reach the end, the Magical Eye. The wiki recommends finding them in woodland mansion chests with a 10% chance of spawning, or they have a 5% chance of dropping from evokers. However, this is big chat guys. We can head to the labyrinth structure and head upstairs, and you should have good odds of finding the eye in one of these chests. Number 12, the Guardian Eye. Perhaps as an alternative to the Black Eye, it might be easier to find ocean monuments and procure Hearts of the Seas from the chests within, while also giving us a 30% chance of a Guardian Eye to drop from the 2 to 3 Guardians usually hiding inside the monuments. The reason it is so close to the end of the list is from when I was trying to procure this eye myself, I had to go through about 15 Guardians before finally getting the drop I needed. This was time consuming as I had to keep replenishing water breathing potions and finding new monuments, and I almost drowned. Number 13 on our list, the Cryptic Eye. This eye takes the number 13 spot due to its very low drop rate. I found this eye accidentally while trying to make a looting through book, so I was lucky. However, it only has a 1.2% drop rate with each enchantment that you do. The best method to get this eye is just to make books and continuously feed them through the enchantment table until success. If you have a mob farm and plenty of lapis, this probably isn't an issue, but I can't recommend it if you're trying to collect the eyes in a hurry. Number 14, the Cursed Eye. This eye gets shoved into the number 14 spot due to what a pain it is to get. The Cursed Eye has a 50% chance to spawn in Bastion Remnant treasure chests. Yes, specifically the Bastion Remnant treasure room chests. In the first Bastion I found, it didn't even have a treasure room. I made 3 welds hunting for this damn eye, just to prove that it exists. Maybe I just had terrible luck, but I spent over 12 hours looking for it, and I cannot wish that experience on anyone else. Number 15, the Undead Eye. The Undead Eye takes the final spot on this list due to the difficulty of finding the undead soul. The other 4 items used to craft this eye, a bone, a piece of rotten flesh, a phantom membrane, and a ghast tear, easy enough. But having to wait for a chance for a thunderstorm, then have a chance based on what difficulty you're playing on to have lightning strike, as well as spawn a skeleton trap horse, just for another 25% chance of an undead soul drop? I mean, there is a benefit that the trap does spawn 4 undead horses, but if you don't get the drop first try, I can't imagine waiting around for the stars to align to try again. As of the current version 1.1.12 hotfix, the skeleton horse egg cannot be bought from the daily shop. So even for completionists, I cannot recommend this eye, unless you were just fortunate enough to come across one. Once you are satisfied with your eye collection, we can return to the stronghold. And then we can place them into the empty slots of the end portal, finally reaching our goal of being able to face the Ender Dragon. Hopefully this video helped you, and I hope you're having fun taking on the extra hard dragon. If you liked this video, consider subscribing, liking, or just let me know down in the comments. Any engagement is helpful, and I appreciate it. See you all in the next one.